I don't know if it's a big deal. Do we have the part where they, on the website, they talk about, yeah. Okay. Listen to this. Let me just give you a sense of like Bill Weld. Like, he was a former governor of Massachusetts. He ran for governor, I think, of New York. He was going to be the ambassador to Mexico, but got shot down, I think, because of his position on, was it abortion?
No, Jesse Helms killed it, I think, because he said some sort of sensible things about drugs as a health issue.
Yeah. And I don't agree with all of his politics, but Bill Weld is a throwback to the sort of Rockefellerian Republicans, but even more Rockefeller-y than Rockefeller. Let's listen to what Bill Weld has to say first.
First, let me just say, as a Massachusetts resident who knows something of your tenure from in public life there, I'm on a different place ideologically from you from the number line, but I have a lot of respect both for your career and for your thoughtfulness. And I think that you're a deep thinker and a clear thinker on these things. I have a lot of respect for you. Hope you don't mind me saying.
Let me button my coat. I sense something's coming.
I can't imagine that you wouldn't tell a person in North Carolina or Ohio to vote for Hillary Clinton if the choice they were making was between giving the Libertarian Party 5% or potentially electing Donald Trump. Because you guys don't have a chance against Donald Trump, and she does. And if they vote for you, they would be helping to elect Donald Trump. The Libertarian Party hasn't treated you great if they're putting out statements that you disagree with over your own name. Even now, this one week before the election, I can't imagine that your loyalty to them is stronger than your fear of Trump as a president.
Well, I'm here vouching for Mrs. Clinton, and I think it's high time somebody did, and I'm doing it based on my personal experience with her, and I think she's deserves to have people vouch for her other than members of the Democratic National Committee, so I'm here to do that.
You've had a fascinating career, and I really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Now, earlier they had referenced the fact that he didn't think what Comey did was appropriate, and that on the Libertarian Ticket website there was scandal mongering, and he said, I don't agree with that. So Bill Weld, okay, just to give you a sense of like what's going on here, because this is something that like you run into in Massachusetts. Like this is like a Northeast phenomena to a certain extent.
Very much.
Where people come from such old Brahmin backgrounds, like not just money. There's money involved, but it's literally like the last vestige of class distinct of money, like aristocracy. Bill Weld's family, let me just read from Wikipedia on some of like the Welds in the past. Like, what's going on here is he's like, we've been watching him on different shows, and we've been Michael and I have been joking about this. Like, he's just there going like, look, like the conversation he has with Gary Johnson is like, look, my family has been in this country since before it was a country. And I'm not going to see it going down the tubes. Now, you're a nice man, and I like you, but I have a duty to this country that I don't think you can understand. So a good day, and let's talk tomorrow. And in fact, he wouldn't even be that rude. Like the way that he handles all these questions, even that last question, where he just is completely dead. That is like some type of aristocratic breeding. William Weld. Not him, but one of his ancestors, was the sheriff of London, England in 1352. Okay? There was a joke, apparently. Who was it that made the joke? It was Billy Bulger. Okay, when he was the leader of the Senate in Boston, the State House, Weld was governor. Billy Bulger said, joked to William Weld that his ancestors had come over on the Mayflower. And Weld joked back, actually, they weren't on the Mayflower. They sent the servants over first to get the cottage ready. his one of his ancestors, Daniel Weld, fought in the Pequot War in 1637. And they did so well. Oh, no, that was Captain Joseph Weld. He did so well that they gave Joseph Weld a big swath of part of Roxbury, which is now basically all of Jamaica Plain and Roslyn Dale. That was the Weld's estate. They basically were instrumental in starting Harvard in terms of giving money. What else? I mean, it goes on like this. His like ancestors named Arboretum.
So when he says that he needs to protect the country from Donald Trump, it's almost like my house.
Exactly. There was the Welds of Lulworth Castle. I mean, this is like old school. This is back like when the aristocracy, you know, say what you will about them, they felt like they had an obligation to the realm. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. He's a total. I don't think there's any comparable figure in modern American life that I could think of.
And not in public.
Not in public life is
anymore.
what I mean. Yeah. And Kerry has a bit of it, but we already talked about how Kerry's significantly less sort of privileged.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.